Hello and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Last time we made it through the rest of the top of the spire. Back here, we talked with... Oh, he's gone. Unless it was further. We talked to Varantius, the homunculus guy who decided to use us as basically a tool to do what he wanted. And we found him behind a shield generator, basically being like, yeah, you know how at the very beginning of the game, that one son of Rykad Minoris got stolen? That was me. And I'm using it to basically power this whole big elaborate machine weapon that is able to draw on like the warp itself. And we couldn't do anything technically because if we blew it up it would cause a lot of problems, and also we're going a iconoclast route. So, but next time I see him I'm definitely killing him. So this now we got to the top. We talked to Ramirus. I always forget her name when I don't see how it's spelled. And basically we were like, we're gonna kill you now. We fought, we got her, and now it's just the rest of the minions we have to deal with.
Oblivion approaches. Watch. It is handled. Don't distract me. Behold. With grace and manners. Pay for this in blood.
I think that has a bad angle. Never mind.
Wolves rage. So it shall be.
Now we'll cleave.
My strength is ruined.
I deal death with my hands.
Good job.
I am not your zeal. If I hear you moving, no more.
Okay.
I am not your seed. Another soul slips beyond the veil. This tedium is beneath me. I hear you moving. No more.
Okay. Oh, here are the mandrakes. The Draken didn't offer a sacrifice for our dids. The Draken must become the sacrifice. You should not have crawled out of the abyss that your wretched kind call home. Consider our pact broken. Nazareth did not hold up his end of the bargain, so I had to finish the job myself. The result matters not. The sacrifice will be made. Make the sacrifice, monkey. The tribe never relents. The tribe will find you. Throne's mercy, Lord Captain. It was extravagant enough of you to get yourself a pet Xenos, and now we discover that he comes with a whole gaggle of his own kinfolk. Mind your tongue before I cut it down from you. The mandrakes care not about monkey. The mandrakes want me. Even if they were to grow bold enough to come for me, oh, it would be quite an amusement to behold. With a pure heart, I will raise my horn in praise to the All-Father on the day that this sharp-tongued scum dies. The foul Xenos may be a meager trophy, but he is still our trophy. Giving him up without a fight to this talking mop is shameful. Mirazhi stays with me. Away with you, beasts. And if your filth needs a lesson in the language of pain, ish, senseless creature, the tribe will find you. The tribe will have its sacrifice. Good talk. And now we're gonna go through all these quickly. More damage. Deals damage to the ally. No. Gain critical hit chance against enemies affected by one of those. That could be actually pretty good. Raid grants an ally an additional +2 times prey difficulty to your % damage against prey. Bounty Hunter's first critical hit in a round grants their allies a stacking of bonus to armor penetration. Okay. And then we'll give you laser weapon. No. None of these are helping really. Gains awareness and re-rolls those. Agility, perception, +6 skill. Basically agility, perception, and weapon skill. Yeah, I can't play that. So athletics and or awareness, and I can re-roll failed skill tests. Yeah. Okay. Anything for taking hits or anything. The next attack made by an ally under the effect of force distraction additional gains. No. All allies affected by Vanguard abilities are less likely to suffer a critical hit. Grants parry against enemies that consider them a priority target. I was looking for that one that gives me deflection against single hits, but honestly it's okay. Do I have dueling mastery? Might be good because I can guarantee it unless they lower it. Yeah. Where's it? Dueling. Forge World, nah. Whenever they suffer damage from effect and damage is increased. Yep. while wearing heavy armor. I think he's wearing medium armor. Yeah, let's do that so if he gets surrounded, he doesn't get pummeled. The hemorrhage effect applied by Death Whisper deals more damage. Sure. Let's give you... there. See if that gives me that Eldari sword now. With the bleeding effects. I mean, they have bleeding a lot because of Pascal, so probably. Heavy weapon attacks cost less action points. Sure. And then... sweep of an axe or shove of a hammer or mace cost less. No, I don't do those. Power weapons. Using a stratagem on a combat grants all... Nah. Nope. No. No. Ability to reposition the area they are currently in. Honestly, I could be good. Because I could, if I'm thinking right, say Abelard's in the front and someone goes for Yurlia in the back, he can reposition to her and help her out. And then there's me. Is healed or heals any ally. Instead get temporary wounds. That ally gets corpus conversion. Meh. Whenever effect increases damage, no. Heal themselves. Every time they deal damage, they gain a stack of siphon. If that damage was dealt to a target adjacent to a psyker, they gain 2. Whenever the psyker suffers lethal damage, the stack of sanguine siphon are removed to reduce the damage by 1 for each stack until either all stacks are removed or the damage is no longer lethal. That kind of sucks for me because I only do like 1 deal damage like once. Should I go Minoris? Perils of the Warp increase momentum by 17. I mean, it's rare to happen, but if it does, that's
I'm always
insane.
ready. A new challenge for me?
Agonizing Splinter Pistol. Deal double toxic damage. Each successful attack with this weapon increases the damage of the toxin effect suffered by 1. So it'd do 16, then it would do either 17 or 18 by that logic. and just keeps stacking. And it does a lot. That's actually pretty good. Djinn, Blade of Arimaris. If the wielder deals damage to the target with this sword, the wielder gets a bonus to your weapon skill, ballistic skill, toughness, and strength, while the target suffers a -3 to the same until end of combat. That's only one-handed. That's actually pretty good. Incubus Claves. I'm gonna guess they're better than regular claves. Oh, I already got them, so no. Never mind. At the beginning of the combat, the wearer gains the Shadow Field effect. While under this effect, the wearer counts as being in full cover against all ranged attacks. The effect is lost whenever they're hit by a ranged attack and suffer damage from it. Whenever a bleeding, burning, or toxin effect is inflicted by the wearer, deals damage to an enemy, they suffer a -5 armor penalty against only the wearer's attacks. And the wearer gains critical hit chance against them and stacks. That could be good for Pascal, maybe. Grants intelligence bonus dodge to the wearer and their allies. Decreases all incoming damage except direct damage by that.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
A gloomy landscape appears before your eyes. Ooh, finally they're dealt with. Holy crap. And these guys didn't drop loot. Okay, quickly, just looking. You have... Whenever they inflict that, they get that. They deal... That's actually good for him. So no. What was the other one though? Is this? No. Okay, and then for your sword. Do more damage. Get rid of bleeding, or would I get rid of... I'm gonna have to get rid of this one. 2 swords for you, bruh. Biodagger. Okay, and then... I swear there was an Eldari sword. Scorpion chain sword, yeah. Okay. And everyone's good to go? Yes? No? Maybe? Where is this? Is this on Janus?
With the physical horrors of Camorra behind them, long and arduous journey, possible only with the help of a Xenos guide, lay ahead for the rogue trader and his party. From one strange destination to the next, through unknowable environments, the mere sight of which could drive one to madness.
Holy crap, bro, this is cool.
Despite the challenges, they managed to escape the labyrinthian webway and find their way back home.
Why'd that sound like home with a question mark? Yeah, this is Janice. Boy, who are you lot? You're not bandits, are you? And chumming around with inhuman scum, no less. Begone, you lanky freak. I compel you in Saint Cognatius's name, in Saint Nicomedes Keefe's name, in Saint Drusus's name. Is this monkey possessed or simply mad? I am the master of this planet, Von Valancius, and I require something of you. Blessed throne, you're joking me. His lordship in these here backwoods? What an honor. A big ol' honor, this. I'm just a lowborn, a small, humble man. I've only ever seen your illustrious visions on the holy icons in the temples of the capital. So who are you? I'm a scout, your lordship. I wandered the woods. I test the soil. The tech priest told me, once 1,000 steps you have walked, thrust the mystical probe into the soil, say a prayer, then press the smaradine seal. Offer 3 prayers to the emperor, then press the ruby seal. Thus will the probe test the land and tell you what minerals dwell therein. What do the people of Janus say about my abduction? Was that? Did some rotter abduct you? Who could perpetrate such villainy? Kidnapping his lordship? The nerve! We ain't heard nothing here on Janus. How are things in the colony? I won't shame myself by complaining. We live, thanks be to the God Emperor and your lordship. We pray for your health every day. The Chem Princes collect ties, flog troublemakers, protect us from bandits, and don't fight among themselves. All is well. There's this plague going around on Janus, though. Makes your hair fall out, your skin go pale, and your voice disappear. Turns normal, emperor-fearing people into right freaks, scums of humanity. We call folks like that wretches. Sorry to look at, better to put them all down. Well, we do little by little, with poison. Is the governor well? Can't say I have the foggiest. We've never even heard the governor's name, but it still beats living under that accursed heretic Vistenza the Bloodsucker. I need a shuttle and some means of contacting the astropathic choir so I can summon my void ship here. In a jiffy. Please be welcome to our flying ferry. It's right over yonder, in the brush. It's also where our expedition's Vox wizard is staying. Will your capital offer protection? I do not wish to exchange one prison for another. Will that there chatty mug be flying to the capital with your lordship? He's got an awful big mouth. He looks like trouble. Yes, he's coming with me as my guest. Oh, this won't end well. With guests like these, better grab them by the floppers and to the pyre. Burn them right quick. Great. So we're killing people on our planet because of a disease. Awesome. We made it out of Comera, though. I don't really know anybody that's ever done that before. It's very, very rare. Once you go there, it's pretty much, you're going to get tortured and murdered and R-word all the time. You might as well just end it. Welcome to the bridge. Like the rest of the crew, we are overjoyed by your return and thank the Emperor for it. He's just looking at everyone. Same with him. The decks overflow with dazzling shades of yellow as the crew welcomes its lord. and I join them in this greeting. I am particularly gladdened by your return, Lord Captain. I hope that you can find a moment once you have seen to your duties. Ooh. The flagship without you was like a body without a heart. Its blood froze in its veins. We welcome your return and stand ready to serve. As your shadow, I must personally make sure you are well. Wait for me in your court. Okay, everyone wants to... Bro. Oh, Lord. Lord Captain, I am so glad to see you. I nearly lost it when you up and disappeared on me. I was getting by on stimulants and recaf. I barely slept. Also, I could keep listening to the whispers for any clue on how to find you. The only other thing I felt so powerless was when Lady Theodora... Pardon me, Lord Captain, I'm talking nonsense. Welcome back, Rogue Trader. No trial could break the will of the Emperor's chosen and stop him from returning to those who have put their hopes in him. First off, how much do you know about my abduction? Not much. All contact with your party was lost shortly after the supposed pirates boarded the ship and abducted your companion's kinspeople. We immediately sent shuttles with boarding parties to your aid, but we didn't find anyone on the ship save for the crew, all of whom had either been butchered or driven insane. Since your lordship's body was never recovered, we hoped against hope that you were still alive. Alas, even our most alert auger operators never spotted anything suspicious, and thus our ignominious failure put you in dire peril. Dare we inquire what happened? My loyal servants, the accursed Xenos, tried to take your leader from you, but their plan has failed. I am once again with you. Are you with me? Death to the enemies of House von Valencia. Show us the culprits, and we'll tear the heads off the lot of them, then stack them next to your throne. That is so touching. Where has my ship been this whole time? The officers' council decide to take the ship to Footfall, where one can hear the gossip of the entire expanse. Our agents tirelessly searched for information about your lordship. Had we heard even a whisper of where you were imprisoned, we would have immediately sent a rescue expedition. While you were absent, we made every effort to find you. That resulted in a number of modifications to the ship that have significantly upgraded it, thanks to a favorable deal secured by the esteemed High Factotum. Factotum? That's different. The ship is now equipped with state-of-the-art auger systems and direction finders from Kiaba Gamma. Now I can go to those two planets. The ice one, and then the other one said there was like a warp storm or something happening on the surface. Let's have a celebration. We begin at once. Glory to the Rogue Trader, glory to the House von Valancius. The senior officers will report to you shortly. In your absence, we received a number of astropathic messages and dispatches that demand your attention. Got it. Oh, hi, Nomos. Wait. Okay, when I see this right here, two things pop in my mind. It probably isn't, but two things pop in my mind. First off, if you've ever seen a picture of the greater good, the god for the chaos god the Tau made, it looks like that. It looks like he doesn't have the multiple arms, but it's like a head with horns and stuff, and kind of looks like that. Either that, or to me that also looks like, what was the other thing? Oh, it was the greater good, or oh yeah, or a some of the What are they called? The Catan. The Catan were people that went against the old ones, and they made the Necrons into Necrons. So, because they took their souls and made them into living metal. Yeah, so... Probably not, but it's a thought. Hello, Nomos have come to welcome you back. We sense that a great deed has been done, a vivid imprint on existence. You did something very important. What was it? I escaped from a dark city of the Xenos and showed them mercy. It suits you. What we see in you, light and connections without the urge to destroy. Did Nomos say it correctly? No, I'm not going to say that. I'm glad that you're learning to understand me, Nomos. Nomos are glad too. We must go now. We will come to speak with you later. We felt sadness when we can no longer communicate with you, and we were worried about your fate. Is it really you? I was afraid that I would never see you again. When you disappeared, all the worlds and stars of my dreams ceased to matter. All my thoughts were of finding you. I knew I could feel that what happened to you was far more frightening than death. And now you have returned from the Dark City in one piece. By the gold of the throne, I am elated, but now, how did you? My thoughts of you gave me strength. Please, no more, I cannot breathe. I fear I may faint. Ay, ay, ay. I fear if I let you go, you'd run away. No, I shan't leave, I promise. What could you possibly see in someone like me? Someone who's... Well, I hesitate to say it. I was gonna be like someone who's really nice and all that, but honestly, she hasn't been nice to everyone, like, because she's a upper class lady, but still, she tries her best. And she, you know, she likes books, and she's, yeah, there's not a lot of people, especially in this universe, are like her, that are nicer and stuff. The only ones I could think of like that are the salamanders. And maybe the Tau. Not the Tau, never mind. Because they're more, they feign niceness. I do not know, but I know I cannot hope to see the light in my days ever again without you. Blech. Ooh. As long as Cassia remains in the party, this amulet grants both the Rogue Trader and Cassia, plus Cassia's willpower bonus to all their characteristics. That's something. And now you? I'm fine. I'm not gonna go full on with her because I didn't mean to. It just kind of happened with her. I wasn't trying to go for her. And I don't go for multiple girls at once. That's kind of messed up in my eyes. No one could have foreseen what happened. What are you trying to say? You're just overreacting.
Venai Cassia. I've seen the way she looks at you, the way you look at her. You crave her fluttering soul. Why? Is it because it's so easy to break?
Ah. Sorry. I don't go for multiple girls at once. Sorry. So now then, let's get to business. We have a number of items to go over. First and foremost, and these guys are floating, I have news about your subjects. In the time that you were gone, the servants of House von Blancius have toiled tirelessly in their service to you and for the benefit of the entire trade protectorate. Once word of your return reaches every von Blancius worldwide, the masses will be ecstatic. Never before has the Expanse known a leader as merciful as you. The fanatics of the Creed may whisper about the heresies of the mind burgeoning under your rule, but your benevolence has forever captured the souls of millions of ordinary subjects. The Expanse is in flames. Squadrons and smaller groups of despicable Drukhari raid our systems. The cult of the Final Dawn has emerged in full force, wreaking havoc everywhere. We've heard rumors of the fall of Santiel's pride, House Corda's world, an outrageous sacrilege given how abundant and inexpensive Promethium is there. Strife has broken out between House Winterscale and House Corda. Chaos reigns everywhere. Only the esteemed Lord Inquisitor is trying to fight it, concentrating all available forces at Footfall to draw them into a fist that will smash the rampaging heretics and Xenos vermin. What kind of Xenos are attacking? Drukhari, your lordship. Their squadrons, both large and small, are invading the Expanse, unleashing carnage on planets, taking captives by the thousands, and attacking ships. It is as if something has poked their nest, if you will, and now they're lashing out. How are my worlds? The heretics' malicious acts make it difficult to maintain astropathic contact with the colonies. The cult of the Final Dawn strikes everywhere, and their sleeper agents are active on every planet. On Phaobos 6, a mutiny was crushed after a group of newly arrived prisoners succumbed to blasphemous propaganda. But other worlds stand firm against the onslaught of the enemies of humanity and do not succumb to their pernicious influence. So Calcazar is leading the defense? Exactly. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor Calcazar has declared himself Warden of the Coronis Expanse and issued orders to requisition troops. He has made Footfall his base of operations as it was the most logistically convenient point. From there, his fleet strikes throughout the Expanse, destroying the forces of the cult of the Final Dawn and the abominable Drukhari. He may be all that currently stands in the way of the Expanse being reduced to ashes. Euphrates too was being attacked. When heretics laid siege to Euphrates II, the hallowed forge of the Cognizance fleet, the Lord Inquisitor sent an enormous force. Now they and the Explorator squadrons, recalled from the front lines, stand together against the heretics in the battle of the Sacred Planet. What is the scourge of the strife between Incendia and Caligos? When the esteemed Lord Inquisitor called upon the rogue traders to join his forces, her ladyship Incendia Chorda heeded the summons, while his lordship Caligos Winterscale ignored it. Rumor has it that his refusal was defiant in manner, and served as a pretext for Lady Corda to declare war on House Winterscale. Winterscale's ships are being hunted and his worlds occupied under the pretense of compelling them to submit to the Imperial Creed. Surprisingly, for all his love of fighting, Winterscale is in no hurry to defend his domain. According to intercepted astropathic messages, he and his retinue are currently on Quetzal Temer hunting down a Xenos fleet, Eldari by all appearances. Is there anything else? During your absence, your retinue have seen certain changes. The esteemed Master Anthar will no longer be able to accompany you. According to a message from the Adeptus Arbites, he has been discharged and is currently an overseer on Veobos 6. However, Prefect Volter has informed me that you have the authority to challenge that decision and have Master Anthar reinstated. Yeah. Why was he discharged? The Adeptus Arbites tasked him with a mission of some sort that, as far as I know, ended in failure, leading to Master Anthar being deemed unworthy of his rank and unfit to serve you. I would like to note that his Cyber Mastiff is still on board. Due to the damage the dog sustained on Thessera, Master Anthar left it in the care of your tech priest. I heard there was an implant malfunction. The servants of the Omnissiah have patched up the creature, but they have also warned that a final synchronization of its implants with those of Master Anthar is required before the Cyber Mastiff can be considered fully repaired. He'll join my retinue. Collect him. Then I'll send for a request to have Master Anthar reinstated and notify the overseers on Veobos 6 of your impending arrival. I have good news to share as well. All preparations for the development of the Heartless have been completed. The frigate used to belong to the Tithe Chief. You boarded the ship and captured it, yeah. The ship is fully operational and ready to perform the duty you set it out to. I got 2 people and 2 plasteel. There have been other minor developments, if you so wish. I'll gladly bring you up to speed on the bridge. I would not want them to take up any time from this occasion. Okay. Allow me to make a request, a personal one. While you were away, the choir master received an astropathic message from Dargonis. It concerns my family. The Wazarians have been accused of treason against House von Valancius. How? I cannot comprehend it. The Wazarians have served the rogue trader dynasty loyally for generations. This is hard to admit, but the news has come as a crushing blow. The accusations were leveled by or on behalf of the drive stems, the governing house. Under normal circumstances, the investigation would not have required your involvement, and my entire family would have been. But being of noble stock, the Wazarians were entitled, under an ancient custom, to petition for a rogue trader's personal protection once in a generation. Your personal protection. Do not deny us that honor, I implore you. What are they guilty of? Then the traitors will accept their due punishment. I have never relied on my position as an immunity guarantee, and I will not even try to sway your decision, as long as it's fair and balanced. Or what if they were? Tell them to send a message to Dargon saying I'll personally take part in the investigation. Holy crap, we gotta go everywhere. And now we have her! What? Thank you for agreeing to hear me out. Here's the deal. After all that happened recently, the voices in my head suddenly flared up and started gabbling worse than before. Don't get the wrong idea, I'm handling them just fine, but I think I know of a way I can get them to settle down a bit. I keep having the same vision over and over again. I'm walking down a corridor, and there's this door at the end, and I just know that right behind that door is blissful silence. All I've got to do is reach out and open it. So I touch it with my fingers. I can feel the cold, rough metal, and then I suddenly snap out of it, and always find myself staring at the wall in some compartment or other. I look behind me, and all the doors on the way are open, but I have no memory of how I got there. I'll cut to the chase. Please help me find that door. I'm not joking. This is a matter of life and death. My gut tells me it's my last chance to deal with my powers, and if I don't, I have questions. Absolutely. Ask me anything, I'll try my best to answer. What do you think is behind it? I have no idea. Maybe some incredible implant from the tech priest's secret stores? Or, I don't know, a serum kept in the Inquisition's vault? There's such a thing as archaeotech, right? Plenty of it lying around. Maybe some of it could help me. Do your visions contain any clues on where to start looking? Vague ones, as usual. I think I can hear the muffled cries of some weird birds, and my head is sweating like it's somewhere hot. I'm surrounded by rockcrete, your everyday Imperium stuff, except it reeks of burnt flesh, fried cables, and chemicals. Sorry, that's about it. Nothing more concrete, but I think if we get close enough, I'll sense it. I'm thinking that might be Janus, but I'm not sure. Is the door you describe similar to the door your whispers come from? No. Well, I don't know. It feels different. The one from the visions feel very, I don't know, real? I can't even touch it. It's definitely not an illusion. It really does exist somewhere. And trust me, neither of us wants to open the other door, the whispering one. I find it difficult to believe that suppressing your abilities is safe. Oh, it's really, really not. I'm sure you've heard stories about how people tried to lock Psykers' abilities away for good, and how those Psykers would then eventually go insane and explode into little pieces. But if there's a way, no, not to shut my door completely, but to make it so there's a tiny little crack remains, now that's a different story. I can just feel it. If we find this thing, whatever it is, it'll all be alright. What if it's a trap? No way, it can't be. Whatever, I'll go in alone if you like. Just help me get there. We'll find the door. Thank you. I knew you wouldn't leave me in a bind. As soon as I sense we're close, I'll let you know straight away. Okay, everyone's coming. The Exalted One bless the house of Von Valancius for your largesse of spirit, and thank you for deigning to speak with me. Here's the thing. My network of trade representatives has been stretched a little too thin recently, like a chiffon dress on a whore. Supplies are all over the place. Orders aren't being filled. Clients are kicking off, and not without reason, and revenue's plummeting. And if that wasn't bad enough, my guys running things on Footfall have been incommunicado recently. And an astropathic message has finally come in to tell me why. Some Ashmag, or Ashmags, thrown smite them, have captured my gang, and they've threatened to kill every last one of them, one of those hard grafting whelps, if I don't do what they want. And they only want one thing, my mercantum tabula officiale, in exchange for my gang's lives. But I'm not giving up my certificate for anything, and nor am I going to leave my guys high and dry. That's why I am begging for your help and protection. If I have to step into a cage of hyenas, I'd rather do it with a lion at my side. Tolman did not say who sent the message? You know yourself that all this astropathic chit-chat is nothing but a stream of images, thoughts, intentions, nothing concrete. But I don't need the name of the sender. I already know it. I can smell Falco's stench all over this, or else it's Vladim's doing. This is just the damn Ashmag style, Ozzy take 'em. It could be a bluff. It could, but I've been missing the familiar stench of the docks, and darling Octi and her bar, and even the stony gaze of the Exalted One that watches over you whenever you are on football. I'm homesick, you see. The Exalted One helps those who help themselves, and I don't want to risk the lives of my people. Why should I help you? It seems you have reached the limit of your abilities. No. When we reach, I'll do it. I look forward to that day, and praise be to the Exalted One for bestowing such a miserly portion of haughty indifference upon your heart. Okay, is everyone just gonna come talk to me? I apologize for barging in unannounced. I have received news that I must discuss with you face to face. You may recall that I mentioned that Achilles Scalander was transferring into my remit by a colleague. The colleague in question had contacted me. She requires my immediate assistance. Who is she? Emelina Lichtenhart. The one he called a lover? Sage to the Lord Inquisitor. Tell me more about Emelina. Who is she? An acolyte who was assigned a different range of objectives in the Kronos Expanse. Throne take me. I'm still trying to hide information from you even when I am asking for your help. Emelina is a sage, a unique acolyte of the Inquisition who can absorb huge amounts of knowledge and store it in her own memory more securely than any data crypt. She entered the Lord Inquisitor's retinue before even I did. Talking to her is a strange experience, but that is barely scratching the surface of who she is. Emelina is an incredible scholar, an expert on the forbidden and the illicit, and of course she is a loyal servant to the Golden Throne. You say talking to her is a strange experience. What does that mean? Since birth, Emelina has been different from other people. Specialists from the Inquisition enhanced her natural gift of hypermnesia. There are certain procedures that can be done. She creates separate blocks of memory, which she can then lock under a code word or even overwrite with new information. She can organize her mind like a normal person arranges boxes on a shelf. One box might contain information about a recent mission in the Calixus, another the latest decrees of the Lex Imperialis, and another her own childhood memories. This level of compartmentalization might seem somewhat insane to the untrained eye, but it is the price one must pay to turn an ordinary servant into a useful tool for the Inquisition. You said the forbidden and the illicit. What does that entail? Emelina carries knowledge that is forbidden to common servants of the Imperium. She carries this knowledge within herself, as it cannot be entrusted to acolytes, or to logs or cogitators. I said before that acolytes of the Inquisition must shoulder a heavy burden, to come into contact with things that can penetrate and corrupt the soul. For sages, this is an especially trying ordeal. Emelina's hypermnesia has been enhanced so that she now remembers everything. She sees, however briefly. After many years of service, she has examined and seen enough to become an unrivaled expert in this field. You speak of her with obvious affection. Ooh. Emelina was something of a mentor to me. She helped me when I had only just joined the Lord Inquisitor's circle. She taught me psi techniques to maintain my focus and equanimity. She trained me in the finer details of working with archives and data crypts. She gave me the chance to unwind a little in my post by playing games of regicide with her. You failed to mention that Calcazar has other agents operating in the Kronos Expanse. I didn't fail to mention it, I deliberately concealed the information. Divulging the location of the Inquisition's agents could threaten not only the acolytes themselves, but also the results of their endeavors. I believe I have a clear picture of who she is. What was her message? Her message is incomplete and distorted. It is impossible to make sense of every word. The only thing we know for certain is that an acolyte of the Inquisition is asking me to go immediately to Phaeton 4, a remote planet. In her message, she seems to be requesting either military support or help with an evacuation. But whatever precipitated this request, Emelina would not make it if it weren't absolutely necessary. I know a rogue trader has more than enough other matters to deal with. Nevertheless, I would like to officially request the Lord Captain's assistance in dealing with this issue. I have no authority to demand anything from House von Valancius, therefore I am confining myself to a request, for the sake of the Kronos Expanse and the Imperium. How did you circumvent me and acquire this information from the astropathic message? Lord Captain, a rogue trader may be in a position to challenge the Inquisition's authority over their soul, mind, and actions, but a rogue trader's astropaths and Vox officers? Hardly. Is there any hint of what exactly is threatening Phaeton 4? For the avoidance of leaks, the details of the objectives of specific acolytes shall remain a secret. All I can tell you is that the primary threat that Emelina was dealing with in the Kronos Expanse was Xenos, in particular Drukhari raids on distant systems. A sage is ideally suited for gathering data about chronology of this problem and finding appropriate methods for combating it. As for what Emelina was doing on Phaeton 4 specifically, I don't know. I don't even know any details about the world itself, only that there are humans there, so either it has been colonized or a garrison has been established there. The cult of the Final Dawn has been my top priority here, and my investigation has given me no cause to turn my attention to that planet. If I help, what do I get? Saving an inhabited world is not sufficient incentive enough for you? I imagine the planet's inhabitants would be willing to part with all the worldly possessions in exchange for aid. Of course, you will receive whatever requisitioned resources I and Emelina deem not to be dangerous or prohibited by the Holy Inquisition. Are you sure asking me for help for the sake of the Imperium and not because one of your own is in trouble? Every agent on the Golden Throne is an insignificant cog in a system designed to protect the Imperium of Man. My responsibility to respond expeditiously to threats against our kind guides my every action. The same responsibility rarely brings with it the chance to save a fellow agent's life. I will not lie and say that I am not glad to have this chance today. I shall help you. Thank you. I am confident that this minor deviation from our primary course will help to stem the spread of anarchy in the Kronos Expanse, if only slightly. At the very least, we won't be outflanked. I have already spoken to the navigation crew and provided them with coordinates of Phaeton 4. We can set a course for it as soon as you give the order. Holy Lord! Oh. Enough Xenos. Justice will be done one way or another. Slither all you like, heretic spawn, but you will never leave the ship unscathed. What punishment awaits him who failed to realize his own acolyte was a traitor? Achilles died after receiving due punishment, even if it was not at the hands of the Inquisition. I'll hear no more about it. For how long are you going to tolerate this filth on your ship? This foul traitor who has already dragged you into the darkness once, and who almost left your protectorate without its sovereign. Has Eldari heresy clouded your judgment? Treachery always means death, either for the traitor or the one betrayed. You almost died in Comra. Your retinue, you know what became of them. It is not high time that justice was done. I'm going to leave this episode here. Next time we're going to pick up, I guess, doing this and then going across the different systems to deal with the Drukhari and the Final Dawn. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a nice day.